My sister's watching me and she's judging me right now. And welcome to my 30,000...
I'm so grateful to every single...
If you're just wondering who that is there, she's my sister.
It's me! Hallelujah.
Ow! Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say.
Well.
Hey guys, Sam Young here. So recently I've hit 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is absolutely insane. It's really amazing and I'm just so grateful to everyone who's, you know, taken time out of their day just to have a listen to some of my stuff. It really means a lot to me. So you guys have been sending me your questions and I'm gonna be answering them right now, right here, right now. So let's do this. Okay, so someone called Steph wants to know, what's your story with learning piano? How/when did you start? Tell me as much about it as you can. Okay, so basically, when I came out to my mother, I was playing the piano already. No, I'm joking. So I started playing piano when I was about 7. The first ever song I learned on piano was the theme song from Titanic. You know the scene when he's drawing her naked like one of his French girls? Yeah, that was the first song I ever learned on piano. I didn't exactly understand what was happening in the scene at the time. It was pretty steamy, but I was only a kid, so... what mattered to me more was the music, and yeah, so that was the first ever song I learned on piano. And ever since then it's been like that. I've been learning music by ear. I did study music theory at college, so I can read basic music, but it's pretty much been by ear. And yeah, pretty much to this day I still learn by ear. But you should read music because it's good, and I should learn to read it properly. Someone wants to know, will you come to the Philippines if someone invited you to perform here? Hell yes! Travelling the world is awesome. And the follow-up question is, are you single? The only relationship I'm in at the moment is with Netflix, so yes, very single in other words. Cheesy or chocolatey? That's a very good question.
Cheesy or chocolatey? What the
Cheesy... At the moment, I'd have to say chocolatey. Marco Maglui. What's been your favourite song to cover? That is such a difficult question. Of course, like, you know, I love doing Paramore arrangements. They're like some of my favourite ones to do because I think it's no secret that I love Paramore. Oh, well, hey. At the moment, I really like the Paris ones that I've done. I'm pretty proud of those ones, and you guys seem to be liking them too. So I guess at the moment I can answer that any Paris arrangement are my favourites. How long does it take for you to rearrange a song? I guess it depends on what song it is. Most of the time I can usually get away with about an hour, but there's been times when I've really wanted to deconstruct a song and work over it like a couple of days. What made you want to upload your videos to YouTube in the first place? I actually had another channel before my main one now, which was actually called Paramore 2006, because I thought I was really cool when I was like 13. My sister thought it would be cool to upload like Harry Potter music videos.
Excuse me, those were good.
Yes, they were good, but they unfortunately used copyrighted material, so guess what? My account got terminated, which is why I made this new channel, Sam Young Official. So I guess that was a motivation to start again. I had that channel before, and I didn't want to just stop because it got deleted, so that was more motivation to carry on, so I did. Just Georgie wants to know, what's your favourite Zelda game and why? This is going to be like everyone else's answer to this question, but it has to be Ocarina of Time. I know a lot of people will be like, no, Majora's Mask, but that was a little too weird for me. I mean, if you dig it, then cool, but like for me, it has to be Ocarina of Time all the way. I mean, like, first of all, it's super messy in my room right now, so I just like to apologise in advance. What can I say? Creative people are messy. But yes, welcome to my humble abode. Brianna Allen wants to know, if you had to dye your hair one vibrant colour for the next 5 years, what would it be? I mean, I've got, like, really dark hair, so I guess a really bright colour wouldn't necessarily work. Bleach it so it's blonde. I guess I'd do that because it'd get a few funny looks. You don't really see that on many Asian guys, unless you're like from Korea or something. So yeah, I guess I'd dye my hair peroxide blonde and see what kind of reaction that would get from people. Greg Neer wants to know, what is your favourite video game soundtrack? That is such a tough question, but I'm gonna have to say Final Fantasy X soundtrack is like one of the best soundtracks of all time in my personal opinion. I got another question on Facebook. How did you learn to write music, or what tips do you have? Also, what programs do you use? Really, it's just down to me sitting at a piano and having Logic Pro 10 open, which is the program that I use, and just messing around until I come up with a chord progression, and then like I'll loop that around and then try and stick a melody on top. But it's different each time. I mean, I can't say that's the way it always works. I mean, sometimes I'll just have a melody in my head and work the song around that. So yeah, I guess each time it's different. In terms of tips, I guess the biggest tip I have for anyone who wants to write music is to just do what feels right for you. Like, and this is advice that I'd even give to myself, because many times I'm writing something and I'll think, crap, this sounds so much like something else, or, you know, I'll try and write something that sounds like something else and just think, I don't want to do this. So basically what I'm trying to say is just write what comes out. You know, it might not necessarily be the thing that you want it to be, but I just say, without practice, it's going to be very difficult. So just keep writing, like whatever comes out will come out. And yeah, I think that's the best way to go about writing music. And eventually you'll come up with something that you like. That's what I do. Would you like to travel to space? Sure, why not? Who doesn't want to go to space? On second thought, I'm not actually entirely sure, because I'm pretty terrified of like flying anyway in general, so I'm not sure how like a huge rocket like shooting off in the air would be. Well, I guess I'd leave that stuff to NASA. They'll deal with that. What's next in your future projects? At the moment, I'm working on something Paris related. I don't know if you guys are following me on Facebook. You should be aware of that. It's a pretty hefty project I'm working on at the moment, and I'm really excited to release it. So that's going to be coming very soon. Okay, so on YouTube, someone wants to know, who are some of your favourite artists? I feel like that's a really broad question. I've got so many favourite artists that I listen to. So what I'm going to do is link a playlist in the description on Spotify. So yeah, I'll put some of my jams on there so you can have a listen to that. Hasit Nanda wants to know, can you give a list of all the VSTs you use? Also, what VST is your favourite for piano and strings? Keep working hard. I will do. For anyone who doesn't know what a VST is, it's basically the sounds on my program, Logic Pro, that I'm using. Well, first of all, I'm not going to give all of them, because otherwise we'll be here forever, and I don't want to bore you guys. But I will tell you some of my favourite ones. So in terms of strings, at the moment, I'm really into LA scoring strings. I think they've got a beautiful raw sound. In terms of piano, I'm using a lot of Native Instruments plugins. So my favourite has to be the Maverick, which is a sort of old school sounding piano. It just has a really nice character to it, which sort of gives my arrangements a nice intimate feel, which is what I really like. So yeah, those are some of my favourites. John Silky wants to know, if you could collaborate musically with anyone on YouTube, who would it be? And who would you collaborate with outside of YouTube? To be honest, I don't really follow that many other musicians on YouTube that are like YouTube specific. One that I do sort of follow from time to time has to be Carl Landry, though. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. If you're big into your video games and soundtracks, then you should have heard of him. In terms of someone outside of YouTube, I'm going to have to say Blake Harnage, who's a member of Versa, formerly Versa Emerged. You know, I'm lucky enough to like call him a friend now. He's just been so awesome to my music and arrangements, and he still is like a huge inspiration. Like, that dude is so talented. He just literally knows so much about music and about production, and it's just like, I want him to teach me his ways. Like, he's just seriously awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hook up and just make music with him. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool. First Paramore track to reach your ears. The first ever Paramore song I heard was actually Pressure. You wouldn't guess how I heard it. It's like the most random way. I don't know if any of you guys ever played The Sims 2 on PS2. If you're a die-hard Paramore fan, you should know that they put Pressure in the soundtrack for The Sims 2. So that was the first time I heard Pressure, and it's obviously in this really weird language, but I didn't care because I dug the song. So yeah, that was the first ever Paramore song I heard. And so after playing The Sims 2 for like the first time and hearing Pressure, I just instantly googled it, and like back then it was MySpace, because all the cool kids used MySpace back then. And yeah, I found Paramore, their MySpace page, and the rest is history, like, obviously. Airbag7 wants to know, how does it feel to have so many people following you and actually enjoying your arrangements? P.S. Keep up the great work, Sam. You too, man. I mean, I guess it feels kind of strange, but awesome at the same time. The first ever video I uploaded to YouTube was this piano arrangement of Playing God by Paramore. And it literally has the crappiest image. Like, I'll put a picture of it here, and you can go and check it out. But the image is so bad, and it's like, looking back at it now, I'm sort of cringing. I mean, I was considering deleting it, but then I was just like, hey, no, that was the first video I ever uploaded to this channel. And even though the image sucks, and the piano sound is pretty awful in that one, that I just want that to remind me that that's where I started. And, you know, since then, I've had so many people leave me such nice comments and positive messages, and you know, it's really been amazing to just have so many people connect with what I do and appreciate what I do. I think it's just, I mean, that's the power of music. Seriously, it's just the best thing. So yeah, it's honestly great. Jamie Smith wants to know, have you ever thought of making your own album? By the way, I think you're a true talent and I really hope you continue to make music. Thanks, Jamie. The answer to that question is yes, I have released an album. I did release one back in March this year. I'll put a link in the description and stuff so you can check it out. Okay, Alicia King wants to know, favourite Paramore song from each album? Whoa, that is a tough one. I'm going to give it a go. Okay. So, All We Know Is Falling. Oh my god, I don't think I can do this. That's so difficult. My favourite song from All We Know Is Falling, My Heart. My favourite song from Riot, Let the Flames Begin. My favourite song from Brand New Eyes, Turn It Off? Turn It Off? Yeah, Turn It Off. My favourite song from the self-titled, now that is such a tough question. Has to be Last Hope. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Last Hope? Tolan the Shattered, that is such an awesome YouTube name. He wants to know, what's your favourite Final Fantasy game and your favourite character in Final Fantasy X? My fave so far of the series. Also, congrats on getting to 30k. Thanks very much. Dude, I'm in the same boat as you. Final Fantasy X all the way. It's just... That's my favourite Final Fantasy game. I think it will always be my favourite Final Fantasy game. It was the first one I ever played as growing up as a kid. And my favourite character in Final Fantasy X has to be Auron, because he's just so badass. Like, seriously. That sword, man. You don't want to be messing with him. What is the process in composing the arrangement for your covers? So the process pretty much has always been the same ever since I started. I always play the piano part first. A lot of you guys have said in the comments on some of my videos, God, it sounds like 20 million people are playing this. That's not technically true. I mean, I like to record my arrangements in layers just so I can use more complex chords underneath the melody. You know, most of the time it would start with me recording the chords, and then I'll stick the melody on top, and then any additional harmonies or extra parts, I'll layer that on top as well. Strings usually always come last for me because I feel like I need the chords and the melody going on before I can start thinking about string parts. So yeah, that's pretty much the process, and it's been the same since I started. Can you tell us how it was meeting Paramore, like the whole experience?
Oh my god, Paramore, I love you so much!
Okay, my face wasn't actually like that when I met Paramore, because if it was, I'd probably die of embarrassment. No, seriously. I mean, it was actually kind of weird because, like, you know, I don't know if any of you guys have ever went to a meet and greet with Paramore, but I was with my best friend Noza, and basically there's like a whole other group of people who won meet and greet tickets, and they made us queue up in a line in this separate room in the venue, and I just remember waiting there for like for what felt like forever, and it was kind of like really nerve-wracking because everyone was just standing there like dying with excitement and nerves, and it was just like the weirdest thing because like we was all just lining up there and it kind of felt a bit awkward. And then when they finally did come out, it was just like the most surreal thing because 3 of them came out, Hayley, Taylor and Jeremy, and they like went down the line one by one, spoke to everyone in the line. I don't even remember what I said. I think I mentioned like my piano arrangements because Hayley has supported them in the past and checked them out, and I just said, I mean, it must have come out like a huge mess, but I basically thanked her for listening to them, and she was like, oh yeah, you're the dude who does the piano arrangements. And yeah, I mean, the rest of it was a blur, and she said she really liked them, and I asked her for a hug, which was like the most awkward thing because I was just standing there like, can I have a hug? Which probably was a bit awkward, but she was really cool, and like, yeah, she did give me a hug. It's just overall a really fun experience. I mean, they're really down to earth, and they're really awesome, so great experience. Are you a cat or dog person? Like a couple of years ago I would have said cat, but since my cat abandoned our family and moved in with the neighbours next door, because he's a two-timer like that, I'm going to have to say dog. I don't know what to say.
Bye guys, from Taro.
Yeah. So guys, that wraps up the Q&A. Thanks so much for asking all your questions, and I'm sorry if I didn't get to answer them this time, but hey, if you guys like this video, maybe next time I can do another one. So, gonna sign off for now, so see you guys later. Peace.